Yo, what up, people? It is Emmanuel for Altenor Media. We back again with another power review. This is season 6, episode 8, man. This was such a good episode, man. Wow, this was good. So let me just get right into it. Alright, so the episode started with Dre and Sax. Dre rolls up on Sax, and he wants that ankle monitor off and all that, but Sax is still being Sax, trying to get information. Now he's trying to work his way back into the feds, but Bald Dude is done with him. So now we see more of Tommy, Keisha, and Cash's interactions. We see really a lot of them being more of a family. So this was most likely a sign of things to come in the later part of the episode. So, but Tommy is, you could tell him having to drive all the way to the suburbs is doing the number on him. And you could also tell that Cash is having a hard time adjusting to the life in the suburbs too. He's around people who don't look like him. Now he has to deal with the police a lot. And Keisha and Tommy kind of have to give him that talk that young black kids have to get. He can't drive to school. No, he can't, take the bus to school. He has to be driven to and from. That's how it is. You're a young black man. So now we see Tamika. She look like she living good now. She not stressed. I think she's like counsel now. So she's looking like she works in like a fashion, some in the fashion industry. She got her white suit pants on. So Sax is trying to get advice from her. I guess she's gonna be his counsel or something. But she gives him advice on how to get back into the fold. So now Sax, he goes to Tariq's school and he starts pressing Tariq. But Tariq he's advanced now. So he basically tells Sax that Sax shouldn't even be talking to him without his parents present. So Sax he gets Sax out the way. We had Kate visited Tommy's house. Well, she basically tried to move in. She had a bag and everything. She put her picture in front of Cash's little picture. And I thought she was just gonna, barge her way in, but Keisha wasn't having it after a while. And Keisha basically kicked her the fuck out. She took the picture down, put it back in Kate's bag and kicked Kate out. But that was after, Kate basically told her what happened to Holly, that Holly betrayed Tommy's trust and went behind his back and he killed her with his bare hands. So that pressure, knowing that's building on, everything that Keisha has going on in this episode and episodes before. But one thing you notice about Keisha this episode, I don't know if it really made sense, but the cops pressed her a couple of times and she wasn't as scared or shaken as she's been previously. Keisha was just petrified of any type of police presence, but she handled it as best as we've ever seen Keisha handle the police. But now she knows that Tommy killed Holly with his bare hands. So she really knows the dark side of Tommy. So she's going to be stuck between that for the rest of her life. Between, if worse comes to worse, if she has to give up Tommy or if she has to flip on him to save Cash, and what happened to Holly. Being strangled to death. Now we see more of Tasha. She's teaching Tariq the basics of the drug game, and Tasha knows her stuff. Yeah, she's telling Tariq that you have to pay all these people. When she knows about Tariq getting the brick from Dre, so I guess she's cool with Tariq working with Dre. So now she's telling Tariq, you have to pay all these people, and now, so to maximize your profits, you gotta split the bread. Even you gotta cut the bread. So she's gonna teach Tariq how to do that. But now, Tasha's mom's walks in, and it's crazy. She wanted Tasha to stay in that lifestyle and so she could live good. And now she's on her high horse telling Tasha, I don't want you selling drugs in the daycare or bringing my grandson into it. But you was cool with that lifestyle. So the mother, she's sending mixed messages too because she was mad that since Tasha and Ghost weren't together anymore now, both of them gotta work. That's what she said a couple of episodes ago. So now all of a sudden you mad. What else? But now, Dre, man, this nigga Dre. So Dre, self-preservation dude. He don't think about anybody. Dre cannot be trusted for a second. He tells Blanca that he needed to give Blanca something really good. So Dre tells Blanca that he doesn't know who killed Ray Ray, but he knows who really wanted to. He basically gives up Tariq. He tells Blanca that he gave Tariq Ray Ray's address. So through that, he told Blanca he'll give Blanca that type of information if she takes off the ankle monitor and punishes Sax. Oh man, he wanted Sax to pay. So now, Dre is completely free, but he had to give up Tariq to do it. Dre don't play, man. This nigga Dre is like a snake. So, and then he was already working with so he went from working with Sax, now he's working with Blanca, but he's a free man now. And now Blanca also know that Tariq used a fake name to pick up Kanan's ashes. So now we're seeing Tariq connected to Kanan, and Tariq, basically now being implicated in murdering Ray Ray. So now the feds are getting all of this information. Now it's really closing in. So Ghost and Tasha, this is going to be a problem for them because basically Tariq is being found out. So this would be the end of his life. So what are they going to do as parents? So now let's get to the Councilman Tate side of things. This dude, James. So Tate has I guess they're doing a debate. And James and Tate's his campaign manager that James brought back on, they hot mic'd him. So they caught Tate bad mouthing, the Queens Child Project and that type of neighborhood and talking down on the high voters. So basically Tate alienated everybody. So they basically ruined his chance to become governor. Like James he was fucked up for doing this. With this one, he was fucked up. Like, why would you do that to the good brother, man? Oh man, they and the campaign manager, white dude. So he paid the sound person to turn Tate's mic on. And he was happy as hell when he did it. He had a big smile on his face, and when he okayed it with James, he was just happy to do it. But I thought that was just fucked up of James to do it. But it seems like James has a chance to really rise in the political game, and it's crazy with that. Out of his chances ruined. Ramona done really flipped on Tate too, because now she's saying that that Ghost the other candidate, the other candidate that was running against Tate, that she would like to have James on her ticket, and he would be lieutenant governor. So James, with him screwing Tate over, that puts him in the running. Now you got, the one black man in there. He's gonna be lieutenant governor, which that's a big move for James. That was a nice power play, but I thought that was just fucked up. I felt bad for Tate, man, for real. But later on in the episode, to get James back, Tate basically screwed the Queen's Child Project. And he told James that, James thought he was gonna be able to just get over on Tate, and Tate wouldn't really know, or Tate wouldn't know how to get back at him. But Tate was like, the Queen's Child Project is done. And Tate was like, he said, either you screw me over or you fuck me over. And he basically did it right back. And then he told the James to get the fuck out. So, and James got the fuck out. So we saw we saw a little dark side of Tate. Tate, he had the drink in his hand. He had the shirt unbuttoned a little bit, disheveled look. But that was a cool moment, because James got, you don't really see people kind of son James like that, but he told James, get the fuck out. You screwed me over, I screw you over. But we haven't seen the last of Tate, because in the previews for the next episode, we see him telling James, I know who you are, Ghost. So Tate is not done yet, and we're gonna see a dark side of Tate. I don't know why he did it, man. But this chick Ramona is so in love with James, and Tate told her that, are you sure you know who he is? Are you sure you know that man? But she's in love with James, and she's gonna try to get James all the way to the governor's seat eventually, maybe even the White House. Is he gonna take her with him? But with that, it's funny because James is really taking it slow with her. He is not trying to rush anything with her. He's just trying to save it up until when he really needs it. But the game he's playing with Ramona, he's playing it perfect right now. He's not trying to rush into bed with her or nothing. He's just taking it real slow, and she's eating it up. That chick is in love with James St. Patrick. So Tasha and Tariq, they recruit Tariq's teacher to sell for them. Because the teacher, his parents were part of a big Ponzi scheme, and they're in one of them is in prison. So now he's basically broke. So he's gonna need to do something to make money, and he was already trying to press Tariq, trying to steal some of Tariq's product. But now they're giving him product to sell. They know he's into that thing, so now they got his white teacher selling for them. So now we see Keisha and Cash were driving, and then they were pulled over by Blanca. Now Blanca had a social worker with her. She threatened to take Cash away and arrest Keisha, because Keisha is the one who provided the alibi. So now she could be arrested, because since they're closing in on Tommy and everyone, that's gonna prove Keisha's alibi was a lie. So now they're telling her, you know, you're gonna lose cash unless you flip. So Blanca makes Keisha sign an agreement, just saying that she's gonna flip on Tommy and that and they're gonna go into Woodside. So Keisha signs it. She tells Cash not to tell anyone about it. But Cash ends up telling Tommy about it anyway. So when Tommy gets home, he doesn't ask Keisha about it. He wants to see if she's gonna tell him. So he just asks her how her day was. And then he lets her know that he knows. And Tommy goes into a little bit of a rage. And he gets those Tommy eyes. Now, Keisha already knows that he killed Holly. So is she thinking now I really got to get the hell up out of here now, or he's gonna kill me? But she convinces Tommy that she's down for him, and she lets Tommy know that she knows what happened to Holly, and Tommy says, "But you're still here." So through that, Tommy knows that Keisha is she's really down for him. So now, since with Saxe approaching Tariq, and now the feds on Keisha, both James and Ghost, they're like, it's time to take out Saxe. So they go to Saxe's apartment, and Saxe is a damn pervert. He's always been a pervert, so he's he's in his damn living room on the couch watching porn. And so they pull up on him. They tie him up in a chair and they're gonna suffocate him. But then Saxe starts giving them little information, and he starts telling them that they know about Tariq. So now Ghost wants to keep Saxe alive because he wants to know the information they have on Tariq, and he wants to be able to use Saxe a little bit. He says Saxe is the only man they have on the inside. So, but Tommy is dead set on killing Saxe for everything that happened with LaKeisha. But Ghost tells Tommy, "You owe me one for killing Angela." So they let Saxe live, and Ghost says, "Now I own you." But this dude Saxe goes again. He goes to see the bald-headed leader and tells him that Ghost and Tommy tried to kill him. He still tries to flip him. But the dude said, "You're still fired. You're out of here." So we get to the big scene in this episode. This was really good. So Keisha is packing up her bags, but let's go back a little bit. Tommy goes to pick up Cash, and then Cash and Tommy go to a jewelry store, and they're looking at jewelry, and we see that the jewelry that they're looking at is engagement rings. So Tommy is gonna propose to Keisha. Like he knows she's down for him. And so it was little things throughout the episode that solidified them. One of the other moments was when Keisha asked Tommy, "Why did you put my name on the deed? If you go down, you're just gonna leave me with this mortgage." But Tommy says that the house is paid off, so if anything happens to him, the house is already hers. He just wanted to make sure she was protected. So now Keisha knows that Tommy is really down for her, too. That he has her in his long-term plans, even when he's not around. He wants to make sure that she's good. So Tommy goes to buy the engagement ring that Cash picks out. And they're going to the house to surprise her and bring it to her. So back to the house, Keisha is packing her bags and she's leaving. So she's planning to go pick up Cash and just leave. But where is she going to? It seemed like she was going to the feds to do what she told them she was going to do, give to cooperate. So Tariq told Tariq was it? I think it was Tariq who told Tasha that Keisha, Keisha told Tommy that he was stealing from her, and now Tasha doesn't want Keisha to talk and give up Tariq. So she goes to Keisha's house and she's banging on the door. I open the door and she's like, "I know you in there, Keisha." She's banging on that door in that quiet neighborhood like that. So Keisha opens up and Tasha notices her bags are packed. She's like, "Where the hell you going, Keisha?" And she tells Keisha, "I need you to keep my son's name out of your mouth." And so they start, I guess, arguing a little bit. And Keisha says, "I've always been loyal to you." And so Tasha thinks that Keisha is going to go snitch. But Keisha says, I'm not no snitch, Tasha. That's Keisha's line right there. She says that all the time. So she tells Tasha that she's leaving town because she doesn't want to snitch. She wants to keep Cash safe, and she also doesn't want to end up like Holly. So to save everybody, it's best that if she just disappears. And Tasha tells her that you can't disappear. They're going to find you. The feds are going to find you no matter what. So Tasha, knowing this, tells Keisha, "I can't let you leave." She grabs Keisha's keys and she's telling her that, we're just going to sit here and wait till Tommy comes back. So Keisha looks at her. Keisha knows she has to get the hell up out of it. So she looks at her bag with the gun in it. And Tasha's like, "What's in the bag?" So they both scramble for the gun. Now they're fighting over the gun. And then Tasha shoots. The gun goes off. They're both like, that same scene that every show has now with they're struggling for the gun and then the gun goes off. Both people are like, and they just stay like that for like 10 seconds and you're trying to figure out who got shot. So Tasha shot Keisha and Keisha's on the floor bleeding, begging for her life. At first, Tasha is just scared and shocked. That's her best friend, and she just shot her. But then Tasha, her facial expression just changes, and she gets serious. But she thinks about it for a moment, and at that point, there's really no way out. At this point, she's already been shot, but also it's not gonna end well because the feds are gonna find Keisha. She's gonna have to make a choice either way, and eventually she's gonna choose Cash. So, damn, Tasha put a hole in her head. Like Tasha caught a body. I think this is Tasha's first body, but so Tasha killed Keisha. Tommy didn't have to do it. This would have been tough. I don't think Tommy could have taken another body, but this was hard to watch, especially seeing Tommy go for the engagement ring, and now seeing that Keisha she wasn't gonna snitch. Maybe she was a little naive thinking she could just disappear, but she wasn't gonna snitch. So we've been praying for Keisha's death, but this was a sad way to see her go. So I thought this was like so well written. I almost shed a tear. I got glass eyed. Like it was sad to see Keisha. And then when Tommy and Cash came home and Cash had the flowers, Tommy had the ring. They were both gonna surprise her. So Tommy walked to the door. He was in front of Cash, and he looked through the window. He saw Keisha's body on the floor. So he tells Cash to just, stay back, and he'll go inside. And he'll call him to come in after. And when Tommy just walks in and he looks at the body and he gets down on his knees and he breaks down and cries and the ring falls out of his hands. So, you just I felt bad for Tommy, man. I felt sad for him. Tommy is never gonna have a happy ending, and he can't leave that life. So he's never gonna have a happy ending, but that is just real tragic for Tommy, how nothing ever works out for him. How everyone he loves just leaves through his power or something else. And then Cash, now he doesn't have his mother. It's just seeing Keisha get roped into all of this and the way it ended. Now Cash is just, his mother's gone. How's he gonna deal with it? They were just about to be a big happy family. Tommy was just about to propose, and now Keisha's dead. But now how is Tommy gonna deal with his mother? Because Keisha knows that Keisha told him that Kate is the one who told her about Holly. So how is he gonna deal with his mother in that way? But this was just this episode really got me. Like, I felt really bad for Keisha, man. I felt really bad for Tommy. I felt really bad for Cash. But now is Tommy gonna think that Ghost is the one who killed Keisha to save Tariq? So, and he still has to work with Ghost with Jason. So then when he finds out that it was Tasha who did it, but this is Tasha did it. Tasha pulled the trigger. Now I can't. She loves Tariq. That's her son. She did it to protect her son. She pulled the trigger, killed her best friend to protect her son, and she's teaching Tariq the game because Tariq is gone. Yeah, a lot of people had a problem with it, but Tariq is gone, and I guess the only thing to do is to teach him the game. But yeah, this episode was sad, man. It had all the feels, even the music at the end. I'm gonna look up that music also, and if I find out the song, I'll put it in the comments. But anyway, let me know what y'all thought about this episode, season 6, episode 8 in the comments, and please make sure to like this video, subscribe to Altenor Media, share this video with your fellow Power fans. Let's keep the conversation going. I love talking about the episode with y'all in the comments too. Anything I left out, I'm sure y'all let me know about it. Anyway, it's Emmanuel. I'll see y'all. I think there's going to be a break next week, and then they're going to have an episode after this. Well, anyway, I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.